Hello everyone, we are in the last lesson of module 11, the 7th lesson, that is to factor special products. And the chapter special products, the lesson special products was already done earlier. It is just a continuation to this, very similar. We will look into this now. Learning objectives are factor binomials that are differences of squares and factor trinomials that are perfect squares. And the keywords are difference of two squares, perfect square, trinomials. Now we will jump into the lesson because you will realize all the similarities which this lesson has. Here we are factoring differences of squares. Now what is differences of two squares? This one over here. We have three formulas in this special products lesson. So one of the formula was this: a plus b, a minus b is a squared minus b squared. It can be also a minus b, a plus b, that is a squared minus b squared. So this is important to know. But how do we understand this in terms of, when we have different factors to solve? Now here, it's one of the easiest because it is just the squares, right? The first and second term are squares over here. Now you have x squared. This is x squared minus 9. X squared minus 9. All you need to do is find the square root of this term. X, square root of this is plus and minus 9. This 9, it will be 3. So you write plus 3 and minus 3. This is the answer. Same thing over here. There are two terms. Square root of 2, square root of 4 is 2. Square root of y, u square is y, u. And 1. It will be plus 1. Same thing with minus 1. Now if you're thinking why I wrote 1 as 1, square root of 1 will be the same. You can try it in calculators. Square root, only this symbol is used in this. 4 will be 2. You can't put the variable. You should know u square, square root, this cancels. You'll have only 1. It's 2 divided by 2 basically. And now over here, if you change this to 1, it's 1 itself. So this is how we get these answers. Now we will solve some problems. I'm sorry with the presentation. I just sorted it now. Okay, 81v squared minus 64w squared. First thing, because you can see this is in terms of a squared minus b squared form. Okay, it is factoring differences of squares, right? So what you need to do over here is find the square root. There are other methods as well. Now I feel this is one of the easiest method. Look only at the first term, 81v squared. Take the square root of this. The first part can be done in calculator because it's a number. Always this term, 81, it's 9. And what about the next one? 64 is 8. You can try this, but it's very simple. You will get simple numbers, so it's not a big bother. Now here, 81 would be 9. What about v squared square root? Square root and square cancels, you're remaining with v. Same way over here, 64w squared. What about this? Minus, don't write the sign over here now. Just write this other term. This is a. The b term will be 8w because root of 64 is 8 and w square root is w. You have to write this as plus and as same terms as minus. This is how we factor the special product. Now you can see the final answer, 9v plus 8w, 9v minus 8w. You can write this factor first and this as second. It's the same thing. Now please do try the other problems. This one is again another simple and easy problem. Pause it and try it. I hope you tried it. The answer would be 1 plus square root of 144 is 12q. And same thing, 1 minus 12q. That would be the answer. 1 plus 12q, 1 minus 12q. And remember, in the previous problem, this problem, all the problems, even the next problems, we will always have negative sign. It must be negative, otherwise you can't solve this. There is no formula for positive. It should be difference over here. See the squares and it should be difference. Okay. Now we will solve these ones over here. Factor each polynomial. You can see it's 25x squared minus 64y squared. First term, it'll be 5x. Second term would be 8y. Right, plus. And same thing with minus. That is your answer. What about this one over here? It is 196. That is 14, I believe. I am a bit rusty, but 196 is 14. Yes, 14 minus g. Now this is important. G to the power 4. When you take the square root, what happens? Square root over here, it's 2. When you really solve this, actually solve this, it's gonna be g4 divided by 2, which is g squared. Or just think about it. If it is square, it'll be just 1. If it's 4, it'll be 2. So now here you need to write the square. Why? Because it's already power 4. When you use the square root, it'll be square. Now if you take g squared the whole square, it'll be g to the power 4. So this is why you must remember to write the square here. And over here it'll be 14 plus g squared. So this is your answer. These are the answers. So I hope this much is clear. It's a very simple. You have to just write them up together. So that's it. Now we will see another type of problem where you can factor more than once. Again, it's similar, but look over here. In the last problem, when we factored this 14 is not a perfect square. You can't go further. You stop over here, because if you put 14 under the square root symbol, what's going to happen? It's going to be some decimal, so we don't continue it further. But now let's look at these problems. 256. If you take square root of 256, you're going to get 16. But 16 is again a square root, isn't it? It's a 4. Now that is what is going to happen, and both the sides it's going to be 2 times. Now first time, from x to the power 4, you will have x squared plus 16 and x squared minus 16. This would be the answer. But it's not over. We have solved similar problem. Now this cannot be simplified because there is no formula. This is as it is, over, done. X squared plus 16, that's the most simplified version, because you don't have any formula that can be simplified over here. But look at this. It can be x and 4 plus 4 x minus 4. So this is what we are simplifying again more than once. X plus 4, x minus 4. Now don't think you can again go with 2, but here it's only x, so it will be a square root. So we stop here. This is the factoring answer. See, this is it, the expanded version. X squared plus 16, x plus 4, x minus 4. You can't do it further. I know 4 can be, square root of 4 is 2, but you don't have anything over here, x squared, so it's only x. So you stop there. So this is how we factor it again and again. Please pause the video and try this by yourselves and check for the answers. We will now solve it over here. So 81 is 9n to the power 2 plus 1 and 9n squared minus 1. Now what about this? 9n squared, I'll just write it down, is 3n plus 1, 3n minus 1. Now let's check the answers. 3n plus 1, 3n minus 1, 9n squared plus 1. This is the answer. Same thing over here with 16. What about it? We can take square root 4x 4. Why do we write 4x 4? If you look closely, x to the power 8 divided by 2 would be x to the power 4, or x to the power 4 square is x to the power 8. That's why. Plus y square. Now it's not over. We need to get the other term as well and simplify it further. Now that is 4x power 4 minus y square. Now this can be split up. It'll be 2x square plus y, 2x square minus y. So this is split again over here into two factors. We will see the answer. It's 2x squared plus y, 2x squared minus y, 4x to the power 4 plus y squared. So this was split. So this goes off. Even over here, this goes off. So these are the terms, expansion terms. So please do practice few more problems. You will be more thorough and confident in this topic. We have a real world problem here. Rosita's family is buying carpet for their living room, which is 6 meters wide and 6 meters long. They plan to carpet the whole area except for a square area near the door, which will be tiled over here. So this area is not carpeted. All the others is carpeted, other area. Find the factors representing the area of the living room that will be carpeted. So here you need to find the first sides. Is it full 6? Is it 6? No, it is 6 minus x, isn't it? Here also 6 minus x. So factors of area is these. 6 minus x, 6 minus x. But what happens over here? Before we have, yes, two factors, but when we multiply, we have to multiply them and write them into the simplified version. I am sorry, I stand corrected. I just realized there are two squares over here. Now 6 minus x would have worked if it was just the length. Okay, now this is a square, right? If I take 6 minus x, this will be the square, and then over here this would be the square. It would be entirely wrong. I mean, not entirely wrong, but you will have an error. Here the much easier way would be, look at this, both the sides are same. So what is the total area of the square? Total area would be 6 times 6, that is 36. Now which is the area that you don't want? The carpeted area of the door. This part is not required, so that is x squared. So the area of this one is x squared. The total area is 36, right? So all you need to do is 36 minus x squared. 36 minus x squared. This is the factor. This is the answer. This is the equation. You need to get the factors. It will be 6 minus x, 6 plus x. 6 plus x. This is the final answer. Let's just check. Yes, 6 minus 6 and 6 plus x. Why? Because we're dealing with square areas, and now the total area is already easy to find, 36. And what is the small area that is removed? It's a square as well, x squared. So when we find the area, length into width or length into breadth, x squared here, and here it is 36, and then we just subtract the whole area minus the small area. That's how we can easily solve it. Here, a rectangular solid has volume of x squared minus 16. Factor the polynomial to determine the dimension of the rectangular solid. We need to just factor it out. It will be x squared minus 4. That's the first, let's write plus, and minus. Why I wrote minus over here? Because this is factored again, right? Over here you can write x plus 2, x minus 2. This is the answers. This, and this. Let's see. X squared plus 4, x plus 2. This will be the answer, the option number B. Okay, that's the answer. You need to just factor it 2 times, more than once, and we have done similar problems a while ago. So that's about differences of two squares. Now factoring perfect squares. What are perfect squares? These are perfect squares. We had studied these in the special product lesson. The formulas we had studied: a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. That is a plus b the whole square. And about minus, it's the same thing, only you will have minus in the middle part, 2ab. Now what we will do is we will learn how to factor these two terms. Okay, you will be given this, how to get this, or how to check if it's a perfect square or no. So these are the things which you must remember. See, obviously, first term must be a perfect square, last term must be a perfect square, middle term must be 2 times the first and the second term. First and last term, that is 2 times. Okay. Anyways, we will instead of this, I'll just show you a problem. You'll understand much easily. There are many ways you can follow any of the method. We will see a problem here. They have asked us to determine whether this is a perfect square or no. First thing, look at this, and then the middle term. You must realize it is a plus b, a plus b the whole square equals a square plus 2 times ab plus b square. So what is the over here? Square, right? They have given the expansion. So this first term is all squared. So what do? We need to take the square root, get a and b, right? Let's take the square root. Instead of 4, it will be 2j. Okay, 2j. And what about the last term? It is 4. Now, is it true? Now, we can either expand this or just check the middle term. The middle term must be 2 times these two terms. 2j multiplied by 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 4 times 4 is 16j. Do we have 16j here? No, it is 8j, which is wrong. Why? Because the last term is 4. The first term is 2j. And we know the middle term must be 2 times ab. That is square root of this term and this term. Square root of first term is 2j. Last term is 4, and 2 times all this will be 16j. This is not a perfect square. We can't factor it. Say it is no. Why? The middle term is false, and therefore since this trinomial does not satisfy all the conditions, it's not a perfect square trinomial. Let's see one more problem over here. It is 36h squared. Square root of this would be 6h. Last term would be 1. It's minus over here, so we have to write minus. But let's check this. Is this true? The middle term would be 2 times 2 multiplied by a and b. 6h multiplied by 1. Let's multiply 2 times 6 is 12. 12 times 1 is 12 only. 12h. Now it will be negative. That's fine. Just the terms. Yes, this is correct. This is a perfect square trinomial, and you can write it minus 6h minus 1 the whole square. See? Yes, this is a yes over here in the middle term. So what we wrote was the same thing, 6h minus 1 the whole square. That is your answer. Now what about these? Let's quickly do these. The first term, let's take the square root of that. 6x minus 3. Let's check the middle term. The first two terms are these. It is 2 times 6x multiplied by 3. 6 2 times is 12. 12 3 is 36. 36x, is it correct? Yes, this is correct. This is true. Same thing over here. I'll directly check over here. 2 times 6x multiplied by 3. Okay, we should get the same answer, 36x, because they're the same thing, you know, but only the middle term is different. So no, this is wrong. What about the last one? 2 times 6x multiplied by 3. The answer will be 36x. It's plus. Yes. I mean, either it's plus or minus, that's fine. It's only that these terms, 6x plus 3 or minus 3. The main thing is the middle term. Only the second term is wrong. The first and last are correct. You can see this is correct. Not a perfect trinomial. Perfect square trinomial. The last one is correct. So please do try to work out problems by yourselves and learn more. Solve more problems. You'll be more confident. Here, okay, that is the end of this lesson. It's a small lesson. It's already done previously, the perfect square, the special product, sorry, all the formulas were done. If you have not watched that before, it would be very hard. So go back, watch it, be thorough, and then watch this lesson. I hope you have found it helpful. So that is the end of this module. The module 11, the last lesson was chapter 7, lesson 7. I hope you all have understood thoroughly. Please do watch it again if you have not understood it, or post your questions in the comment section. I'll try to get back to them as soon as possible. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe this channel. It would mean a lot to me and it would motivate me more. That's it for now. Please do stay tuned for the next videos of the next lesson. Bye-bye till then.